Hello my friends and welcome back to another The King is Watching Threat 10 guide. Hope you're all doing well. Today I'm going to show you how to win with King Brezhnius using what I think is an unbeatable strategy in this game, the mono assassin strategy. The goal here is we're going to stack tons of assassin temples which have awesome upgrades, and each of those temples is going to vastly improve the power of our assassins, so we'll end up with units that have thousands of hit points and do hundreds of damage every attack. We're using King Brezhnius both because I think he's one of the weaker kings and more difficult to win with, so uses a strategy like this pretty well, and also because the heal can help in the early game to make sure we're stacking a critical mass of assassins. For our advisors, we're going with Ember. I recommend every character take this. The two musketeers, of course, are extremely strong. Wise Guy lets you take much greedier early waves. Mushroom King is so many free troops over the course of the game. Never leave home without this one. And Flunky is just tons of extra economy, so also one that I think pretty much every king wants to take. We're also using Wise Guy, the extra iron, or Wise Tree, excuse me. The extra iron is very helpful for building extra assassins. And Sophie is what allows us to get all the assassin temples because we're going to use one of our research tables to just keep getting more and more assassin temples, since we can have the research table grab us levy barracks. All right, let's get into it. So, let's see, we've got move speed increased by 50 and production reduction here, which is, I think, better than the Hermit Alchemists in general. I prefer that one, and I'll take 150 wheat and 50 lumber, or do I want 200 water and 100 lumber? I think I'll just take the water and lumber. That'll let me get a marketplace pretty early and wheat fields up early as soon as we clear out these tiles. Let's pick our spells. We've got Landmine, that's the best one, and Blade Fall I will take as well, and then another Landmine. So two great spells. That's going to let us take fairly greedy early waves, which is great. Speed up time here while we're waiting for our tiles to free up. And with those two, I'm going to put down 2 wheat fields, because of course I need the wheat to be able to build a market as soon as this tile's ready. Let's also go ahead and sell these peasant huts and the magic school, since we're never going to use them. Set that to sell wheat. Obviously our goal is to get as much gold as we can to upgrade our gaze as soon as possible. Often I like to sell one of the research tables, but when you're using the assassin strategy, you want both, because you'll still want another one to give you production buildings. So this is not an assassin's temple, so we're just going to go ahead and recycle it, take a basic production here, and we'll need a clay mine eventually to upgrade our gaze to the 2nd tier, so we'll take that. I want both resource upgrades, and because we can get flour or metal and be able to sell more expensive goods, and we'll take the denarii as well. I'm going to stack denarii here. That'll be a really nice trader, and then we can get a troop training. I think I'm going to pass on this spell, and we'll put down a 2nd set of bandits here. I guess we can do like this and get those a little bit earlier. We'll spend spells on the 1st wave and the 3rd wave. Take 10 of each resource, which is great because that gets us just a little bit of extra money much faster. And once we've sold out all this flour, we're swapping to selling metal. And waiting for the next wave to show up. Make sure I actually have my market set to sell stuff. These abilities, the heal ability is useful. The aggro ability is not terribly useful. So I'm killing all those, and then I'm going to have to spend a 2nd spell on the giant here, because otherwise our musketeers will not be able to take it out. Let's grab the gold, because that will just get me the gaze upgrade even sooner, and then we're going to upgrade our ranged units. Actually, no, I'm going to upgrade grunts. Even though we have 2 musketeers, the grunt upgrade is going to upgrade our assassins, so when we get those, it'll be great. Now, I wish that I'd gotten an Assassin's Temple before we got a building upgrade, because it's very important to get building upgrades for them, but extra morale from our marketplace is pretty nice. It will help give us, wait, why is it not working? Do I have to move my gaze off it and then on it again. There we go. That's a bug that I've seen a couple times, and it's kind of annoying, but not the end of the world. We'll definitely get more wheat. I'm gonna just put down the research temple now, and we're gonna start getting levy barracks going, because I do need to get those very early. We have enough wheat, and we'll get a gaze upgrade soon. So the goal here is just to get levy barracks. We want as many as we can in order to start getting assassins temples. We don't have the ore for it yet, but we'll get that eventually. Our musketeers should be good enough to win here, and as they start taking damage, so I'm going to keep pausing as they start taking damage, and we'll heal. Didn't need to heal in the middle of the wave to keep them alive, so that's fine. Let me pick up the wood here, but I will use the heal just to bring them back to full health. And then this one, the landmines should be able to clear as well. We've got this, and it's not an assassin's temple, so that's totally fine. We also don't have the iron to build assassins yet anyways, but... So we cleared a bunch of the enemies, and then we can summon mushrooms to finish off the rest. Turned out we didn't even need the mushrooms, but we'll have plenty of crystals to keep summoning those. I'm gonna spend some crystals on persuasion. I do want the detonations to be available. And then we'll get a well down as well. And put the well there and turn this into a wheat field. I'm going to need to start getting clay soon also, but that can wait for a moment. There's our first assassin's temple, and we should have enough to start recruiting an assassin in just a second here. As soon as we kill these two, we'll have the iron for it. Actually, even just the one. Just shy of killing the second one, unfortunately. I don't really care about our ability cooldown, but I really want these assassin temple upgrades, so we're going to get both of those right away. And I could get 100 meat, not bad, but Poor Man's Relic, obviously amazing when our whole army is going to be grunts. Falcon's Camp is pretty good as well, because they give you extra HP for our grunt units, which is going to be our assassins. So we're going to take that, and we'll take the metal just to be able to sell. I am not going to build the Falcon's Camp for a long time, because we're going to sell all this metal and we just won't have the metal for it. But we will want that eventually to improve our unit quality. I could spend 100 here. We need to get the clay, so I think I can take a little bit of extra time to get the tile enchanted. Because I've got the metal, so my gold income will be fine. And then we can get the gaze upgrade pretty much on time anyways. Gonna save my crystals and not use the persuasion upgrade for a while here because we need the extra money. A levy hut, a levy barracks unfortunately does not have assassins in it, so again, we're recycling. We have plenty of grapes, so we can just take a gold mine. Here, I'm going to take a crystal mine, and then an artifact. I could get the Scarecrow, that's pretty good. Mystic Stone is good if you get it really early, because it can let you take greedier early waves. I don't know if this counts as early enough to make it good. I think I'm just going to take the Scarecrows. And then here we get a prophecy, so we're going to go with Denarii. I definitely want building upgrades, but lizards and slimes are pretty tough. I think we can get away with it if I take the 2 spells. We'll take the levy barracks as well, and then I'll take a resource upgrade. This looks like a pretty good setup. The bandits and shaman, I think we can put those here. I think this is not going to be a too difficult wave for us. I could take 7 morale, or go for 50% chance at 2 building upgrades. Since we have quests for morale, and the first quest, at least for this king, is very good, the 50 morale for the hospital blueprint, I think I will just take the 7 here. You don't always get the quest for this character. It's often somewhat difficult to get it. Actually, need to sell stuff there. Missed again on an assassin's barracks, but that's why we have the research table getting more and more of them. Hope I didn't leave my market not working for too long, because that can definitely get you in trouble. I need the crystals to be able to replace our mushrooms. And here, I've got the evasion upgrade, and I am going to use it just to try to keep my mushrooms alive a little bit longer. We'll use a heal as well. While we're just building the... Definitely taking Poison Puddle and a Levy Barracks. Again, the wrong kind. Not getting that lucky on Assassin's Temple upgrades, I have to say. Again, we missed. Here, I'm going to put down this basic construction because I need an iron mine soon. And then wait until I've got 175 again. We can upgrade our gaze size again. This, we're going to use a Poison Puddle to clear. Definitely have a weaker army than you usually have at this point because we've missed so many times on Assassin's Temples, but this is such a consistent strategy, it should work just fine even if we miss a bunch, so that's one of the reasons I think it's so powerful. Here, I will take a gold mine, because we're definitely going to want that, and again, swap that over to flour. Let's get our second Assassin's Temple, finally. I don't quite have the iron for it, but that's why we have this iron mine. I'll put down a gold mine here as well. Speed that up a bit. Get another assassin online. Oh wait, I don't have the metal for it yet. Alright, and here, I'm going to wait until these units get a little closer, put down the scarecrow to blow everything up, and there we go. Let's go with the increase HP of grunt units upgrade, because that's why we got the Falcon's Camp. Put this down and get another assassin on the battlefield, and the whole goal is just to keep stacking temples, because each of them increases our HP by 200% and damage by 100%. Oh, I can also move this well and get another production tile. I'm also going to use fireworks here, and we'll go back to selling wheat for now. Though I will need to get a wheat field going soon. I think we can also get away with a couple deforestations, because my army's actually pretty good. Alright, if they keep not spawning ants, then we're fine. Use a heal here and recycle. I also can get the bomb on these two assassins. The longer the bomb lasts, the better it is, so you want to get that going fairly early if possible. Use some fireworks as well. And let's go with... Temp Crossbowman is pretty good. I could grab the Iron Mine passives. I don't really need those. Let's go with Temporary Crossbowman. Faster troop production can be pretty nice for boss fights, so I think I will take that. Nature Academy we don't really need for this character, so I'm just going to take 20 metal and I think call it good. And then we can sell that metal. Actually, I'm going to not sell the metal. I'm going to start stockpiling metal so we can eventually actually build our Falcon Camp. I'm going to put down a well here because I want to get another research table. We're running out of wheat, so I'm going to need more wheat-producing buildings pretty soon. Levy Barracks, we missed again. We have really gotten unlucky on Assassin's Temples, but we'll get there. Let me take the wheat field here, and we'll take a stun. For the artifact, damage to bosses is perfect, and we can start trying to get some metal upgrades if I take these two. 2 lightning mages is a little dangerous to our assassins, but they're quite replaceable. So let's go with 3 giants, 3 lizards, or a sunface. So that's actually a really tough combo. But I think we can get away with it if I do this. I'm going to pass on this spell. We've already got a couple spells. Take 2 basic productions here, because I am going to need both iron and wheat. And a big well is not a terrible idea either. Actually, I'm going to grab that. Here, let's replace this with a wheat field for now. need to build a stockpile of that. And, okay, great. Another Assassin's Temple. Gonna need to get more tiles going as well pretty soon, but for now we're in great shape. I did lose all of my mushrooms, so this is going to be a slightly more difficult wave, but we can use the stun. And our assassins are super powered. See, they do 197 damage every attack, and that's only with 3 temples on the field. Oh, I thought the stun would catch the lightning mages. Definitely bad placement there. That's probably going to cost me a unit or 2. No, it didn't. All right, great. Take some extra gold here, and an advanced production is going to be a forge. And I'll take a fuel pump. We may not use fuel-producing buildings at any point, but the fuel pump is still going to be pretty good for us, I think, eventually. Or has the chance of being good for us. May upgrade our unit limit as well. I need to heal my assassins if I can, because we want to build up, again, a critical mass of those so we can win pretty much any fight immediately. Put down a big well here, and I'm getting to the point of being able to upgrade my gaze again, which of course is what we want here. And there we go. Another temple. Perfect. And let's pick up... None of these really boost anything that we care about. So I guess we'll boost our Black Swordsman. And let me get us a couple more tiles on the field as well. Because we need to be able to put down the Assassin's Temple. Get an assassin going. I think I'm just going to do it like this. I really want to make sure I'm always looking at the research table, because we just need to keep getting more and more and more assassins. That's the whole thing that makes this strategy function. The best artifact, by the way, is the one that increases unit capacity per building, because that just doubles the number of assassins you can have out. Let's take 20% extra troop damage. That's amazing. Another Assassin's Temple is perfect. I'm going to move the forge for now, because I've got enough metal to build the Black Swordsman here. So let's get another tile. Put down the Swordsman camp. And actually I need another tile, so we can build the Assassin's Temple as soon as I have the iron for it. And here, I think we can do a gold mine quickly. Summon, heal. Continue to just take pretty greedy waves, because our army is now really, really strong. Obviously, the Assassin's Temples get more expensive the more we have on the field, so we need the iron production. That's one of the reasons I really like Wise Tree for this character. We can go with 25 wheat. It's not that much, but it is useful. And warrior troop production. I really want the increased attack range for my assassins as well. We're not getting the upgrades we want the most, but I'm going to take the golden arrow. Again, just killing bosses even faster is really nice for us. We could get the temporary toads, or I could take the metal here, or I could take something like the iron mine upgrade just to pull those upgrades out of the pool. I think I'm going to go with the temporary toads, though. We won't be depleting as many production buildings as most builds do, because we're mostly not using, because we have our research table set on levy barracks instead of on production buildings, but still very powerful to be able to generate temporary units. And I'm gonna need as much wheat as we can get, so let's put down the big wheat field here. Not assassins, so no use for it. Make sure we keep building our assassins as soon as we can, and we've got a boss coming up, which should go down very quickly, because all of our units do 260 damage in attack. I guess I can put some bombs down as well. I'll have to replace assassins if they die, but they didn't. And there you go. You can see just how quickly you clear bosses with this character. Unit limit by 6. We'll want a big army eventually, so we'll take that. And then health boost is pretty nice, but I think I want the last stand. I don't know what boss I'm going to get. Actually, I could do the prophecy first. Or no, wait. Okay. I did this in the wrong order. I was thinking I could see what boss I would get, but this is what lets us set up the waves. But that's totally fine. I could take some resources. I probably don't care that much about those. I do need a building upgrade. The lizards are still pretty dangerous, so we'll take those later. We'll get a kingdom infrastructure, and I guess I'll take the resources here. It also is just 12 units, which when you are using Wise Tree is a lot of free money. And then I'll take a troop training. We'll take 2 spells here as well. Veteran barracks near the end. Do I care about these resources or production buildings enough to put a Sunfaced on the field? These are pretty dangerous. I think we're going to pass on those. I'll take 2 lightning mages. This is awesome. The 20 swordsmen is also good because that's just a lot of money. But 2 lightning mages, you want a good backline because you're going to have a really strong front line with our assassin build. Academy of Nature will let us heal our assassins, so I'm pretty happy to take that if we can get it. And then a big crystal mine I don't really need. I think I'm just going to recycle those established production buildings. Grunt increases our assassin HP. And we've got Volcar, so it's the dragon again. Definitely the harder of the 2 bosses, and its enemies with the strongest HP are reborn, which of course is really risky. That's why I didn't want to put down the Sunfaced in case we got that penalty. So, got a decent amount of iron, but we're going to need more, so let's just put down this iron mine for now. No Assassin's Temple. Usually I would have like 6 or 7 by this point, but we've, like I said, gotten somewhat unlucky on rolling them. That's okay, though. Let's sell this metal also. We can always make more. We have a forge. And we're not using it for anything right now. I guess I will need it for the Nature Academy eventually, but we're not going to build that yet. I would much rather get the gaze size upgrade sooner. And again, not an Assassin's Temple. Can do a deforestation. I'm mostly doing this just to clear out my spells so we can make room. And then, of course, we're not going to do it during an actual combat. So here, I could put down the research table to try to get more production buildings going. I could put down the well. I guess we'll do the research table and we'll just do basic productions. Because we have Sophie, we can also get elite barracks or other advanced barracks later on. But for now, this is what we want. I'll take a hospital, always useful to have, and a tornado, and then roots and roots. Or I'll take the healing pool. We have the reduced spell damage penalty as well. So I do want to make sure that I am using some spells that don't just do damage. Build up some money here until I can boost this tile. Another Assassin's Temple is perfect. Get a free tile and drop it on the field. I could put the hospital down. I think I'm okay without doing that. I am going to use the healing pool here, though. Probably around here. I just want to make sure that I'm keeping my troops mostly healthy, so we're going to use the heal as well. And then wine we have none of, so I'll take a bunch of that. And grunt upgrades is exactly what we want every time. Put down a tile enchanter here. And let's go with a gold mine. I'll definitely want that. And not assassins, we sleep. I'll drop a hospital here. I could get water, but we actually don't need that much water, and keeping our troops healthy just means that our overall setup is that much stronger. Here I'm going to use the root because these lizards do a lot of damage, so I'm just trying to make sure that my troops don't die. Building upgrade, I could do morale from the hospital. I could do attack range for the Black Swordsman. Either of those is good. Morale for the hospital, though, will push us over the 50 mark and complete our first quest. And Badger Druids cost wood to make, which is pretty expensive, but I think is still worth building here. And I need to do this, because you need to move the gaze on and off to get that upgrade to trigger. But now we've got the quest. We got some more hospitals, but mostly we got the big pile of wood that gives us, which is actually very useful. Let me demolish this and put down a gold mine to make sure we're getting as much gold as we can still. Iron mine still necessary. We're running low on iron as well. At this point, I could delete my market and put down the tile enchanter at least. I think I will just get an extra tile so I can move the market, and we got another assassin's temple, so we need a tile anyways. 40 resources at the beginning of a wave, not bad. Any buildings that I want? I could do black unicorns. No, we don't have the wine production for that. I could do a bunch of resource upgrades. I think we'll take 100 metal for sure. And I think we will take the Badger upgrade. Do I want one of these artifacts, or do I want the fuel pump upgrade? Because I could, again, end up in a fuel build. I think I will just take the old dice, though. Just lots of getting basic resources can be a little bit of a challenge for this setup. Because we've wasted a tile on the second research table, or not wasted, but used. So we have less basic resource income than most builds do. Let's get the healer mages out as well. Also heal my units. And I should be putting down the bombs also. I always forget to do those. They're not that important, but you do have them, so you might as well be making use of them. And I do want to increase my troop limit again. Make another assassin's temple. That's perfect. And here, let me get this space on the field so we can put down the assassin's temple. And you can see our assassins have 1,000 HP and do 300 damage every attack currently. We'll take a fireworks and... Okay, I can start getting some elite barracks units here. So we will do that. I'll get a kingdom infrastructure. 25 bandits is basically free money for us, so we're always happy to see that. I'll get 2 spells. We'll take a building upgrade, and I guess we'll take an established production. We don't care that much about it, but I don't really need the basic production upgrades. So let's just do the resources here. I could grab an arena that could help us hit our next quest. So I think I will do that. We actually do have a decent amount of wood, given that we are Wise Tree. That's not always the case. But we could put the arena on the table. And I think that gets us, that gets us to 70 morale, so that'll get us 2 free buildings, which isn't bad at all. I'm going to save this quest, though, until I am going to build an expensive building. Move the market for now, and we'll put down the tile enchanter. We don't need gold that badly anymore because we're at max gaze size, so more important to get our tiles working faster. And here's a big group of enemies again. Take an iron mine because we still need more iron. I'll take the roots, and blinding light doesn't do damage, so it's pretty good here. Catapult factory I definitely want, and that's one where we're gonna need to get metal in order to make use of it. Balloon bombers I could actually use. We have a fuel pump. Not the usual strategy that I would go for, but it's a possibility, and I think we probably will end up wanting to use it. Go ahead and put down the forge here, and we will have no Assassin's Temple, so let our forge start building up some metal so we can put down a catapult factory as soon as we have the wood for it, which obviously we don't yet, but we can do some deforestations. These all are terrible, but I guess we'll take a big well. Put some bombs on my units here. Do some heals, because I do want to keep everything alive. And another Assassin's Temple. That's how we do it. Building upgrades. Let's take the Academy upgrade, and here, I don't think I care about any of these. I'll recycle them. An epic tile enchanter is not bad. It does make me wish that I hadn't spent a tile on... spent a tile enchanter on one of the tiles here, because then I could take the epic one. I could also take a cannon to go with our fuel pump, which is a pretty powerful tool as well. I think I'm most likely to get use out of the tile enchanter, though. Always hit this button off cooldown as soon as it becomes available. Let me put down the big well. I might as well be getting benefits out of that. We will take an iron mine, because of course we need iron. Got all these toads as well, which are not bad. And here, that is not an Assassin's Temple. Oh, four treants? That's rough. It doesn't matter if we fight these at the same time as the wave, because it just gets my troops to kind of group up a little sooner, which is exactly what we want. I'll take a wheat field. We'll definitely need more of that, and we will need more metal as well. We also are probably going to want more crystals just to make sure that our Mushroom King ability is always available. I still need more wood. I did a basic production for iron. Usually when you're Wise Tree, you want to do wood with the basic production building. But in this case, we just needed the iron so badly. And let me take another iron mine. So with 500 wood in the bank, now I can put down the catapult factory. And we're going to use the free service to build the catapult factory because it's really expensive. And I'll do a hospital for free as well, since we'll be using that ability anyways. So free service, put down catapult factory. And then here, we will definitely take increased health on the Black Swordsman. That's going to be really good. I could take the Longbowman camp. Pretty nice one for just a solid backline. I could also take... Yeah, none of these artifacts are that appealing, so let's take a Longbowman camp. Always pretty good to have. And the boss is coming up, so I need to set up my... Put the Longbowman camp down. Oh, wait, I meant to do the hospital. But getting the free Longbowman camp is also fine. So I need to set up my units a little better because we're going into the boss fight. I'm going to hide the Badger Druids, hide the healers, because when you're fighting against the dragon, and we'll hide 4 of our assassins. When you're fighting against the dragon, you need to leave some of your units in the barracks because he does an AoE that like one-shots your whole army. The Longbowman can stay out for now. No, actually, we'll leave the catapult out, but the Longbowman I'm going to put in the barracks as they get built here. And I'm going to save the fireworks as well. Get another healer mage on the table also. We'll leave one healer mage out. I'm saving the mushrooms, and I'm saving the other cooldowns. And we'll save a last stand to avoid his first AoE. So he's going to do his first AoE here, and we will last stand. That's going to keep all our Oh, I misplaced it so badly. My units all started running back. That was terrible. That's okay. So, with the mushroom ability, I think we won't need to have any other units leave the barracks yet, but I will start rebuilding them. Use a heal also to keep my assassins alive. So here's a second AoE. And you can see it doesn't even do anything to our assassins, because they're just so powerful. Start rebuilding this as well. Our catapult is definitely going to die, but that's okay. We can rebuild that pretty cheaply. Lost a couple assassins, and then now that he's done his last ability, we're going to send everything back out, and this is a very clean dragon fight. Because of how strong this strategy is. We'll lose a couple more assassins just to his auto attacks. And then we'll rebuild our army and we'll be good to go. Building capacity is amazing. The comfy bed is exactly what we wanted. I talked about this already. And I've got 2 free slots here, but I'll take freeze. I'll take an elite barracks. We have no way to make meat, but a lightning academy is still going to be pretty good because I messed up my last stand there, so I lost my lightning mages. And then again, more HP on our grunts. Here we're going to go with a building upgrade. I really want the ranged assassin upgrade, and we'll take an artifact as well. An elite barracks is fine, and we'll take some basic production buildings. We don't care about the advanced production, I think, at all. So we'll do 50 denarii here. Do I care about either of those? I think not. Let's go with 150 wine. And we've got Vinoxia incoming. But now we have... I guess I could have used the arena as well. I just completely ignored the arena. So you don't have to play perfectly to get a win. The strategy, like I said, it's just so strong. And I'm going to try to make sure that we are continuing to replace our units here. I also need to get more metal so I can build another catapult. That's not an assassin's temple. Get the explosions going. We definitely need more wheat. But we have a wheat field online already. Using some spells here. I'll also use this just to get my troops replaced a little bit faster. Let's go with... I can start doing the fuel pump. We have enough wood, actually. And we'll take our artifact. Wine when we kill an enemy, I think, is going to be better, because keeping our morale high just increases our damage so much. We'll take another wheat field, because I'm almost out of that, and another one, and a building upgrade here. We will take... Don't really care about cheaper Druids of the Badger. I guess we'll take higher morale on our arena. If I remember to use it, that will be helpful. Here we're going to go with... I'm fine on crystals. I'll take a wheat field and no assassins again. And no assassins again. I need to get to 90 metal to be able to replace our catapult. Which we're getting there on. I'm not worried about microing my unit composition or anything like that. The goal here is just to get the most powerful possible setup for our assassins, which we've already done. And a decent backline to go with them, which again, we've done that as well. Finish replacing our catapult here. Gonna need more metal to be able to put down the Lightning Academy. The balloon bomber hangar will drop eventually, but it only works while we're looking at it, so... For now, I'm just going to sit on my economy items. Or buildings. And I want to build up to, like, 300 or so fuel, and then we will be able to turn off the fuel pump. For a while. Iron and wheat are really only the only two resources that we care about. And nothing there. We'll take a wheat here, and another assassin's temple is perfect. So let me put this down, and we get 2 more assassins. I also really want to open up these last 2 tiles so we can drop our remaining buildings. Lightning Academy on the field. 4 lightning mages. That's so good. Just get some spare water while we're doing this. And I'm going to use a fireworks here, mostly to free up the slot, but also because it just gets our lightning mages on the field a little faster. Assassins are not warriors, so we're not going to worry too much about the samurai helm. Ranged troops getting passive damage increase is pretty good. We'll take the medal here because that's awesome. I guess we can still take the samurai helm and anything else that I want. A crystal castle wouldn't be terrible, but having the crystals to support it is going to be a little bit difficult. I think we'll just take a troop training here. I will take 1 crystal mine, and then our troop training, nothing here that we care about. I guess we'll take the champions. Keep on dropping bombs for our units here. Not that anything's dying, so it doesn't really matter, but might as well do it. And then as we get closer to the end of the game, we will set up the rest of our buildings here. The bomber, our final setup that we're going to be looking at is going to be the balloon bomber hangar and the arena, and then a couple of our production buildings just to make sure we can replace our assassins as they show up. We'll take the artifact here. No elite barracks, so I don't really care about that. I do want the denarii. I want the troop upgrade. Kingdom infrastructure might have something useful, and I don't want to fight 14 lizards, so we'll just put this down. Do I care about any of these buildings? Not particularly, so we'll pass on those. Take a building upgrade here. We can take increased capacity or increased damage on our longbowmen. Both of those are really good, but let's take the longbowman damage. At this point, I can build the balloon bomber hangar soon, because I've now got the fuel to support it, so I think I will put that down. Start building some balloon bombers. Recycle these. Pick up another iron mine. So wheat is still the thing that we need the most at this point, because that's also what we use to replace most of our units. 300 metal will be plenty, so I think when that's done, I'm going to pick up my forge to start setting up for the final battles here. Let's go ahead and take, I guess Arcane is our ranged unit, so extra damage on those is pretty good. I'll take 30 of each resource, and we've got more than 300 metal, so we'll delete the forge here, and we can start getting just more wheat. I can also delete the research table here, and we'll actually sell that one, because we just need to replace our wheat and iron production. But we've got plenty of production buildings at this point. I'm still just trying to get more and more Assassin's Temple blueprints, because the more of those we get out, the better. But as long as we have metal, wheat, and some steel, we will be in amazing shape for the end game here. We'll do one more turn on the research table to try to get one last Assassin's Temple if I can. And if I can't, then I'm just going to put down other buildings. We probably will not be able to build a second hospital, but that's okay. Second hospital could be useful for the endgame fight, and at this point we're really just doing pure insurance. No temple, that's okay, so we're going to demolish that, and we'll sell the blueprint, because we have one more trader showing up. I'm going to sell the tile enchanters. We didn't end up using these, but that's okay. The other nice thing is we're depleting all these production buildings, so we're going to have a lot of extra toads for the end game as well. Those probably will not make a difference, but they're nice to have. Okay, we did lose an assassin during this wave. Use a heal here, and we'll replace our assassin. Turn to sheep is pretty good, and I'll take a deforestation, actually, because a little more wood... Oh, that last tree didn't get deleted. I don't know if I missed it, or if those are, like, immune or something. But I do have enough now to put down another hospital, so that's pretty nice. I guess I could have just put down the epic tile enchanter for the hospital. And we've got 2 legendary spells and a bunch of stuns. We've got all our bombs, so we're extremely well set up for the end game. I don't need crystals. We might need if we have to replace 1,000,000 units, but we won't realistically. Let's move the arena over here. And anything else I need, I guess I'll put an assassin's temple in our build area, because those are the troops that we might want to replace. Nothing here that I really care about. A ballista factory, we can't really build anything. I'll take a crystal castle, and we'll take some unit upgrades. We'll take 200 wood just to let us replace units, and we'll take that. Let's go with, sure, slightly faster kill on the boss. All of this stuff is very academic. It does not really matter what we do here, but just to showcase optimal play, we're going to do it anyways. But we've set up, we're so strong at this point that it's impossible to lose. That's hubris. Don't engage in that type of behavior, but you know, I'm happy to make that call. And here we go. We've got Venoxia coming in. Already down to the first boss stage. Now we're going to lose a lot of troops here. Oh, I can actually get 100 of each resource. That's actually kind of nice. Put some more units out, do a heal. The double hospital is actually pretty good also. I don't think we're going to ever actually get any of our balloon bombers on the field, which is pretty funny. Spent so much time and effort on this fuel that we completely never used. But there you go. That is a very simple way to win the game. This works on pretty much every king. I think that Brezhnius is a really good one for it because the heal makes sure that you have a stable early game and you build enough assassins that the only way you lose is if you fall behind on the production curve on assassins. And so Brezhnius keeps them alive, making sure that they don't die and have to be replaced really frequently. But that's one of my favorite strategies for this game. I think it is pretty much 100% consistent as long as you just sort of know how to manage getting enough assassins on the field. They have ridiculous amounts of health. Let's look at one of our assassins in the end game if I can. Oh, it won't let me mouse over it after the game ends. We'll go to endless just so we can look at our units here. So our assassins who are out on the field do 516 damage and have somewhere around 2,000 health, because these guys are at half health and still do 500 damage. So you can see, because each of these upgrades gives you 200% HP and 100% damage, we actually even never found the range upgrade. They just end up ridiculously strong. All right, my friends, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that that helps you get a win with King Brezhnius, or really any king. This strategy works every time. And of course, as always, if you have enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a comment and hit like. Helps me out with the algorithm, and I appreciate you taking the time to do that. And of course, you can subscribe to my channel for more The King is Watching. I've really been enjoying this game, so I will almost certainly be posting more of it, and other strategy game analysis. Cheers, my friends. I'll catch you next time.